So I'm going to preface this with it's a lot of work, but I enjoyed it because I'm weird and geeky like that. So first things first, I need to make all these cells look like squared. So I'm going to click this select all button. Above the one to the left of the A is the select all button. I put my mouse between the A and the B. When it looks like that double-headed arrow, I grab and drag, and it makes every column that same width. And I'm just trying to get them to look like squares. Now, if you need to go over here to the one, maybe make them just a little longer, they look like squares to me. Next, you start planning out your words, one letter per cell. Again, one letter per cell. I recommend keeping all lowercase or all uppercase. You decide. And figure out how you want it to look. Sometimes you'll discover, oh no, I need more cells across the top because I didn't go exactly where I wanted to. So you can click over here on this number 1, right click, and insert rows above if you need more rows. I've discovered a couple times I'm like, oh no, and I forgot to fix things. And again, you just start typing in your words. And more than likely, if you're doing this for students, you're going to have a lot more words. But this is, again, how I've been setting mine up. Oh, sorry, I forgot to make that lowercase. Okay, I would also recommend selecting everything, and I would, up here at the top, I would align all the letters to the center, and maybe even centered in the cell. It just makes it look a little neater to me. Again, that's just my personal preference. I'm also going to set it so that there's a border around every cell. We'll deal with that later. But pretend you're done with the worksheet, and I'm going to select all the rows that I don't need. So I'm holding down Shift, clicking on the last one, right click, delete all the extra rows you don't need. Again, I'm going to click on this big M, hold down Shift, click on the Z, right click, again delete. Now some of the other ones I made were much bigger, and that's another story. Okay, so while I still see all my letters and clues, go back through and make sure everything's spelled correctly. I'll do one more. I'm going to add another column. So again, I'm clicking on this big A, right click, insert to the left. And I'm going to go with T-I-G-E-R for tiger. Okay. Now I need to make clues. So it's going to be whenever somebody hovers over the cell, it's going to come up with a clue. So how do I do that? I click on the T, insert, a note. I originally was doing insert comment, and I discovered when I was making duplicates, the comments went away. So insert note, and you're going to tell people that this is the across Lemoore High School mascot, and then click off of it. So now you see that little thing in the that little triangle. If you click on it, you hover over it, and now it tells you that that's what that clue is. And again, I'm going to click insert note across my first name. Again, click off of it. Insert, note. This one is actually a down. My last name. Insert, note, down. My hometown. Again, click off of it. And the last clue more. Insert, note, down. Where I work, and click off of it. What I did with the other ones was I highlighted all the cells that don't have any letters in them, and I filled it with black. That way I knew that there was nothing there, so I filled it with black. This is just mentally easier for me to see that where I need to work, so I filled it with black. I love the bells. Also, if you hold down the control key, it'll select cells that are in between them. So there we go. Again, here we go. I'll try to speed that part up on the video so you don't have to watch me work. Black. Okay, so there's my puzzle. Now what I want to do is I want to fix it so if the kid types a letter correctly, it turns a different color. So I'm going to start with the letter E. This is conditional. Actually, I'm going to start with the letter M because there's only one, and I'll show you how this works. So I go to Format, Conditional Formatting. So the letter M, rule, contains text. So So it contains the value M. If it contains the value M, it's going to fill it with the color green. I click Add Another Rule. If it does not contain an M, make it yellow. Done. So there's my 2 rules. I'm going to click on this M and erase it. I'm pressing delete. Why is it yellow? Because there's no M there. What if I type a E? Nope, still yellow. What if I type an N? Nope, still yellow. What if I type an M? It's green. So you could do that for each and every individual letter, or I'm going to go click on the A and control and select all the cells with A's. Again, it's under Format, Conditional Formatting, or it's right over here. Add another rule. Text contains A, green. Add another rule. Text does not contain A, yellow. Done. Again, how do you know it worked? I'm going to literally erase this and that and that. As long as they're yellow, I know I've already done them. So again, I'm just going to pick another letter. So I'm going to go with R this time. Now, I've seen teachers do this where they do literally where they do literally one letter at a time, and it takes forever. I'll be honest, that's what I did the first time. It took forever. So again, text contains the letter R. Shows up in green. If you click done, it's okay. You'll just have to add another rule. Again, text does not contain an R. I want it to be yellow. So you could keep changing these colors around every time. That's totally up to you. So I'm going to stop talking. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I screwed up earlier and did wrong another time. So these are down to the individual letters. So what I did wrong at another time was I went here, hit done. Sorry, text contains an M. Done. Add another rule. Text does not contain an M. Change the color to yellow. Done. I hit the delete key right now thinking I'm deleting this M. It deleted the rule. So just be careful. You can always undo it and then just click over here on the M. Phew, now you're technically done. What I originally did on my other document was I went to sheet 2, so I added a new sheet here at the bottom, and I wrote out all the words for a word bank. And you don't have to do this. And then what I did was I just took a picture of this, so I took a screenshot real quick. And saved it. And then I went back to sheet 1 and I went to Insert, Image, Over Cells. And to see the word bank. Now I probably need to add another row just to make sure it works and moves around correctly. What do you do with the students? Put it in Google Classroom, make a copy for each kid, and they're good to go.